This is my favorite thing in the whole world. If I ever win the lottery, I'm hiring someone to do this for me every day. Oh, but this takes me forever. I mean, what if the color doesn't coordinate my outfit properly? Well, this is gonna take me a long time, and I don't wanna bore you, so let's throw it over to Hot Button.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hot Button. This week we are going to be talking about walking and getting around in the community. I walk and I rely on transit myself. So Jonathan, how about you? Do you walk or do you drive?
Well, actually, as a matter of fact, I do both. I am, in fact, a bit of a car fan, but ever since moving to Chilliwack, I've had the wonderful blessing of living really close to where I work, which means that I get to walk to work every day. And I have to say, it's really nice to just get out in the fresh air every day.
Yes, it's definitely nice to get out, which is one of the benefits of walking, getting off our butts and getting some exercise. There are challenges of being a pedestrian too, though, however. I find it really annoying when, as a pedestrian, I have the right of way and cars don't stop for me.
You mean like at a crosswalk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally know what you mean. Like, I'll admit that most cars actually are pretty good for stopping, but there's those 30% that just will drive right past, even when I've been standing at the crosswalk visibly for a while. So the one thing I do to deal with that is I'll stare at the car and I'll stare right into the driver's side of the windshield and just kind of give them this like mild evil eye until they stop. And then when they do, I'll give them a pleasant wave and cross the road. Yeah,
like maybe some of that 30% are blind. I almost got run over my first year down here.
What? Really? What happened?
It was at a crosswalk in broad daylight. I thought the car was going to stop, but I had to literally jump to get out of the way to avoid from being hit.
Really?
It's crazy in some areas down here. I also find it really annoying when you're walking on the sidewalk and people on bikes don't stop for you. They just speed right by while you're on the sidewalk. Have you noticed that too, Jonathan?
Oh yes, definitely I have noticed that, especially in downtown Chilliwack. It's somehow bad for that. Maybe the bicyclists think that the sidewalk is their bike lane, but the thing is it isn't. They should be riding on the road, not on the sidewalk. And the thing is, like you mentioned, I always encounter them zooming past, but they're so quiet. You never hear them coming. I have this like fear that I'm gonna just step the wrong way and just get plowed over by a bicycle. So please just ride on the road.
Yeah, no kidding. It's not all that bad though while you're out walking. Whether you're out, like on trails or waiting at a bus stop, you always get to meet people and, I find it kind of enjoyable that way.
Yeah, it's good you bring that up because that's really what makes walking better than driving, I find. When you're in a car, you're like trapped inside this metal box and you're alone and it can be really isolating, but when you're out in the street walking, you can see and meet people. I find when I walk to work, I actually feel like I'm a member of our community.
Yeah, I can imagine. While we're talking about walking though, what about hiking?
Well, good to bring hiking up. Hiking is actually great, and of course Chilliwack is known for its amazing hiking. But I think for me, I really like hiking for the social aspect. You go with friends and you just chat, and then the walking is sort of secondary. But I have to say, and I'm sad to admit it, that I haven't been doing as much hiking as I like. What about you? Have you been able to get out hiking this year at all?
I haven't done any major hikes this year, but I would like to go up Shiem with some friends and explore. There are so many great hiking places like here in Chilliwack. It can be hard to get out though to some of these places without a vehicle though.
And it's funny you mention that because we've been talking about getting around on foot, and then when we get to the part about hiking, you need to use a car to get there.
Yeah, talk about ironic, eh? Even I have my limits to how far I would go.
That's true, me too. I probably would drive there myself. But this conversation has really kind of got me thinking about how I probably should do a little walking more myself. It's really a great way to get out, get some fresh air, and even clear your mind. Now, what about you? Are you a big walker? Do you walk to get around, or do you do it to exercise? And has it made your life better? Share your thoughts with us on Facebook and Twitter. And we'll see you on the next episode of Hot Button.